Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Manor Lords here in August of year one here in Neslo, where we are working on trying to get our stone gathering camp up and running. Where we do have two a year, we have 12 out of 50 generic storage. We do have 64 construction materials, 21 timber, 12 planks, 25 rubble stone, 6 tools now. And the reason we were going to go for that is a lot of the other villages around us have gone for the church. But I was looking to go for the Manor, which would give us 250 influence on first construction and provides a starting rent today for free. So we need 5 timber, 20 planks, and 15 stone. So we have more than enough stone. We have more than enough timber. We're really just missing the planks. We are also trying to build yet another burgage plot here. We have one out. Oh, nope. Sorry. We have 2 out of 2 transported goods. Now, I don't know if they would go to be the servant of the manor house, or what we would do potentially. There we have 49 berries. We have no more bread, so we have nothing besides berries. Although we have tried in the last couple of episodes, you can see here, or in the last episode, I should say. We have built little backyard burgage plots with vegetable gardens, using some of the planks there. So maybe that'll give us a different amount of, different type of food, right? Um, we do have our logging camp, our woodcutter's lodge, and our saw pit. We have a storehouse, granary, burgages. We have our little marketplace out here. We have our forager hut where we are working on the berries, 16 out of 50, although they are still growing. The wild animals did migrate a little bit. They are 15 out of 15. And that might be a food source that we have to type into. We have 61% not profitability, but approval rating. And again, the goal here, so we'll zoom out a little bit. I don't want to get the full map view, right? But is to have like the manor house situated somewhere here, right? Now, you can see the whole county or territory that we have Neslo here. But our goal is of the outlaws, albeit and Christina, and Els, not Christina kind of corrects her. It was like, hey, I'm Christina. But we can put the banner here, right? Maybe have some farms down here along with our iron mining. And then kind of have a strong point here relatively close to what is, I believe they call the King's Road of the game for trading purposes. Still just 12 plagues. At 74% productivity. Well, then again, we do have just the one oxen to pull the timber, so there is that problem potentially. Okay, now we have 17 plagues, so we're getting close. 21 timber, 46 stone. We have way more stone than we need, so there's a good possibility that we will actually shut down the stone gathering camp, take our family out of that, and put them in another field, because a lot of our buildings really don't require stone. Like tavern, planks, and timber. The wooden church does require stone. Burgage plot does it. The well does it. Corpse pit does it. Farmhouse, pasture, even like the different communal oven does require stone. But just like trading post, just timber pack station. So again, most of it requires more timber than stone. So in that regard, I don't know if it really makes sense to have. I mean, I guess we could always trade stone, right? It's a possibility. stonemason station, rough stone and addressed stone, clay into roof tiles, so we would use stone for that as well. Smithy uses stone. Okay, so Bloomery doesn't use stone. Charcoal kiln just uses timber. So you can say we definitely do have a use for stone. It's just not necessarily going to be the most profitable or common, use. So we need 20 planks. So we have 17 right now. So we're 3 away. I mean, we could create a backyard extension there. Another one there. Most of the backyard extensions take 2 stone. Or I mean, not 2 stone, 2 planks. We are up to 60 stone. It just does not take any time at all for us to gather stone, apparently. Okay, we have 22 planks. Very, very good. So we are going to go in. I mean, we'll put it, right about there. Works. Castle planner, we could add modules, so we could add walls and gates, an outer tower, garrison tower, and a tax office. You can edit the layout of your castle, plan the construction of new wings and towers. When you press commit, the old layout will disappear, the new one will be constructed, the cost is fixed. To lay out the castle walls, gates are created automatically when a wall is placed over a road. Every gate adds 1 timber. Okay. So that's the road. Can we... Yep, we're going to demolish it. Alright, and then what if we built... Right, we don't have enough planks, basically. So we did commit, right? We are still building the manor house, even though we don't have enough planks. That's something we're going to try to, continue to develop as we get more and more planks, right? We could maybe build some walls around the manor. That might be something we could do. But having the... And I am going to try to... There. We also built connected the road that way. So when eventually we have the walls, we kind of go out here, maybe around like that. So now we have 2 different roads, and then we could potentially build a church kind of in here, so it'll be outside of the manor. But it'll be right next to it. And then maybe like the cemetery's here, right? I don't know, or maybe put some more burgage plots down in here. That might be an idea too. So anyway, we are still here in August. We have 41 stone out of a possible 50. So I mean, like I said, we might actually be shutting down this stone pit just because of the amount that we're able to harvest the stone just so quickly. So we are flattening the ground. And again, what this is going to give us is going to give us the taxation of the ability to get that influence. Which, of course, is very, very, important when it comes to potentially claiming other regions here on the map. Which we're a long ways from doing, I think, probably. I don't know. It could be a possibility where claiming another region would make sense to do that relatively soon. Right? To try to prevent our rivals from doing that. I mean, that could definitely make sense. Of course, right now we are so relatively small that it seems a little crazy to try to do that. But I don't know. It's a strong possibility. Or at least a possibility of what we could do. But yeah, right now what we're going to be doing is we are going to be focusing on on the building of the manor itself, and then we'll kind of go from there. Hopefully we'll get a new family here that moves in pretty soon to that burgage plot house, and then, like I said, probably shut down the stone gathering pit because we will not need that, at least not for a while. So we did get that. It stepped out just for a second, so we do have a second family that did move in already, so that's actually kind of perfect. You can see we're 2 out of 20 planks, 0 out of 15 stone, 0 out of 5 lumber. So awesome on the burgage house. Awesome that they came in already. All right, it's very, very good that we have got an extra family to help the construction, right? And we can potentially get that hunting camp up, which is not only going to give us meat, it's also going to help give us lumber. Or not lumber, sorry, leather. And that is going to be very good. Right, the more supplies we can get, the more stockpile right when I think we're going to try to trade relatively soon. So the more we can get that built up to a position where we're maybe able to trade, have goods, also continue to build up our village, provide a little bit of food security for when the berries run out, a little bit of a variety in terms of food. I think all of that is going to be a benefit to us. So that's why I'm not going to go in right away to try to get another building or something for our villagers to be working on, because frankly, for right now anyway, it makes sense for them to be focusing on building the manor. We could obviously build a church, but I'm sure that would also require workers. And while we do have a second family, we don't have that many more families. Building bigger burgages, plots, houses, whatever we want to call them. That would obviously also allow us to have more workers, have more families, expand a little bit more rapidly. Again, we have 88 rubble stone, so we really don't need any more stone. We have no stone delivered. We have 24 stone remaining. We are all 63 out of 50 in the generic storage. 16 out of 50 down here in the berries. I do love the graphics. I do love how in depth it is with that. Cannot lie there. We're halfway now on our transported goods in terms of our planks, which we have 22 timber and 12 planks, 91 rubble stone, 6 tools, no wooden parts, no roof tiles. Now, timber is going to take a while because we need the oxen for that. But workers can transport planks themselves. I think they'll be able to bring the stone in themselves as well. And the good news is we have enough timber. We're going to go here and feel like there should be more than 2 timber over there, but maybe we should not have been changing the work area there. We should have left it stay the same so that we could, could make sure we have the oxen delivered as the timber as we need it. But what is this person doing? She's transporting water. Okay. Where are they transporting water from? The well's over here. Why are you transporting water to the well? So Barbara and Beatrix and Heinz are all transporting planks. I think they take 2 at a time. Yep. So we're going to need one more load of planks. Transporting rubble stone. Okay, Herman is bringing the last of the planks. There's stone right here. There's like a crap ton of stone right here, actually. So I don't know why we were bringing the stone back over here for the market, but okay. Still in August. So Beatrix is bringing in stone. It doesn't say exactly. Wait, who brought just one plank? We should have had 18, but we have 17. Well, that's interesting. And now we have 18. So Linhart apparently can only carry one plank at a time. We did move the manor up to the highest possible construction. Generic storage full, yeah, we know. That's actually over full. Well, we only have 17 stone remaining, so like... Although it's now 48 out of 50, so it's no longer full. Transporting the firewood. Harvest season started. Company has started. New mercenary companies are available. I'm trying to see if we can find the ox in it. Up there it is. Why is it? I mean, I guess it is a little bit of a shorter route, but I guess I would have thought they just would go down the road. But obviously, I've been correct. So we're 19 out of 20 planks, 5 out of 15 stone, 6 out of 15, I guess, stone. It's really kind of amazing that we just stopped at 19. Okay, so there's our last plank. We're 3 out of 5 timber. Six out of 15 stone. And the other thing this will do, again, it will allow us to tax our people. Which is not nothing, right? I mean, obviously taxation, is not something a lot of people are very fond of. But, it is also very important in terms of to pay what you owe and then to try to do your part to help fund, building projects and whatnot. So, we're at 9 out of 15. They're just bringing in 1 stone each. Yep, they can carry 1 stone each. So we're actually, Heights is actually starting to construct the manor itself, which is cool. You can see, we get a little bit of a stone foundation. I will build another burgage plot here. Of course, we'll have the church here, like I said. I guess the church could maybe even go back in here and have it be part of, the manor and have this kind of be like the royal wood, right? It's an idea. I don't know if I hate that idea or not. Alright, and then you have like the plateau up here. I mean, it's not like we could build like a lake or anything, for our noble, but, that'd be kind of interesting. Got the neat little steps coming up. That's right, it should be placed over there. I have no idea if it should be placed over there or not, but I will agree with whoever said it should be. So more and more of these people are beginning just to be laborers and construction workers, since we're missing 1 stone and 2 timber, and everything else, we have everything else we need. And see, we have a really big log there. So there's the ox transporting. So wait, now they are going to use the road? I'm so confused right now. Previously, they didn't use the road, but now they are. 14 out of 50 berries. Yeah, I think we are going to need to build up that honey camp pretty soon. Maybe that's the next thing we build. Because again, we're almost out of our surface stone. I don't think we have. That's fish, mushrooms, iron, another surface stone. We have a bandit cap down here. And I think when I set up the game, it was 2 years raider free, but honestly, having that retinue might come in handy, right? So we're still missing one stone. We're going to be one timber short. Herman is transporting rubble stone, so we're going to have that. Alright, so 15 out of 15 stone, 20 out of 20 planks, 4 out of 5 timber. Yeah, the manor doesn't look like much. Because it's not much currently. I think what I'm going to get ready to do... What does the honey camp cost me? Oh, free the... Nothing? Free the relocation? Okay. I mean, that's nice. So the good news is our stone camp here is not going to be over limit. What are you bringing? Oh, she's transporting rubble stone. Oh, to like the storage unit? Okay. Okay, so there goes the oxen. I mean, it looks cool. You know, it's obviously not very big, but I think trade, you know, the animal hitching post, getting another oxen or two to help in terms of building up the village even more would be a good idea. I mean, we have 29 timber, so I mean, we don't really need more timber, but the logging camp could handle 28 timber overall. We have 15 logs in storage. I feel like the oxen would out. Oh, there it is. Transporting timber with Lawrence. You know, in the future, we might even try to, you know, I don't know. I feel like we might be a year or two away from trying to build a farm, you know, the whole farm and that type of production. Just from a numbers of workers standpoint, plus having the infrastructure, right? Because if we wanted to build that, well, that would be cool. Don't get me wrong, right? We would need a field, then we would need a farmhouse and a windmill, then a communal oven. So what's that? 4 buildings and families? Yeah, we're probably... And see, here they go now. Like, this is what I don't get. The road is literally right through here that he could take, but which they did last time. But now this time, they're like, I don't know if it's like, hey, buddy, we're going to go on a different walk this time. Which was meant as a joke, but also kind of made me sad because it reminds me of what I used to tell my dog when we would, you know, go to the same park or whatever. We'd, you know, so it was go a different way, right? We'd take a left instead of a right. Try to make it seem, you know, different for him somehow. And now, so we're going to come down here. We're going to avoid the road and the straight shot, but we're going to go up this road, then down this way, and then down. It's all right. It's all right. Like, it's not a big deal at all. It just kind of cracks me up. Like, just take the road, man. Just take the road. So I think we build the hunting camp, then we build another burgage house, right? Because that will obviously take up a worker. Yes, we will gain a worker when we get rid of the stone gatherer, but I think that will either become a servant in the manor house or potentially in the church. Because we only have 2 stone left remaining anyway. So we do now have all of our goods that we need to build the manor house have been delivered. Doesn't look like we have any workers. God, I mean, it just looks kind of sad, right? It's just kind of sitting there by itself. There's no walls, no fortifications, no nothing. Which is a little bit of a depressing look. I understand that one. I really, really do. But it's a beginning, right? We're not here at the finished product. We're here at the beginning. And that's important for myself to remember. And, I'm not really telling y'all that. You can obviously see that. But trying to remind myself as much as anything that we're here at the beginning of the journey of this little manor. And look at that. We have built our manor. New retinue assembled. Activate the taxes tab after selecting your manor to set levels of taxation. Taxes can boost your treasury and influence the cost of making your population poorer. We have no generic storage. Nickel and Viet are just magically going to become servants, even though we didn't say that. We could reassign them, but that's all right. The land tax, the tithe, we don't have. Tithe was usually something that we did for churches, right? We have 25 wealth, or regional wealth right now. For taxes, we have no fuel currently. If we have 10% land tax, we lose 6 approval, but that's important because we need the wealth. We have 1 oxen, we have no horses, no mules, no sheep, no lambs, no backyard goats, pigs, or chickens. We have 3 free families now. We do have the hunting camp, which we are building, which thankfully is on a free. So we just have the 1 free house. Okay, so I have just 1 forager yet. Yeah. Berries are shrinking. So it seems like it was a good idea for sure to try to build up the hunting camp. Kind of limiting the hunter's work area. So we still have 2 free families. We have the manor though. What would the church cost? 20 planks, 10 stone, and 5 timber. We have 17 planks. So we'll build another burgage plot there. I think that one will have enough space for a backyard extension. Now I don't know. Like, what's going to be interesting is, do we need another market stall just for like the hunting camp? So you can see we have 1 pelt and 1 small game. Spoilage is medium. So what building and industry? Clay to roof tiles, rough stone and dress stone, mortar, barley and a malt, tannery, hides to produce leather, wool and the yarn. So with a pelt, does that count? I don't know that that would count, right? Well, the work area is empty because the berries are no longer growing, they're shrinking. So what about a trading post? Would allow for the import and export of goods via trade with traveling merchants. Pack station, instead of a barter connection, allowing you to send and receive goods between this and the other region you command. We don't have any of those. Livestock trading post. So totally that would be 6 timber. Right, 4 for the regular trading post, 2 for the livestock trading post. So, like, is that the next step for us then to try to get another oxen to try to help out in terms of the construction? I mean, that would make sense, right? As we have 1 out of 2 transported goods there. And see our hunter going out. Again, just more small game, an unfortunate rabbit. Harvest season ended, treasury change +2, mercenary company is available, so we have 5 pelts and 1 small game meat spoilage. The granary, we have 56 berries. So yeah, that's why I like the fishing, right? Where you can kind of maybe do that a little bit more often. And it looks like when you look at the map, right, it looks like we have mostly small game, unfortunately. Although I guess maybe just all the wild game, that's what it looks like. So maybe there is larger game somewhere, but um, can't quite see what that animal is. It could be a rabbit. There's a large surface deposit of iron over there. Fish, mushrooms, clay, iron, and more stone. We do have 22 planks now. So no, one of the things that your burgage plots needs, I think, to upgrade. Um, Alright, we don't have meats, fisheries, or animal produce, and we don't have church access in order to upgrade to level 2. So meat with the hunting camp should hopefully improve. So that just leaves us church. Can that get built here? Church can get built right there. Or we could potentially say, again, if we want to put the church back up here, and have it incorporated into the manor. But putting it here also probably makes sure we get maximum amount of coverage for our people. So we did get that burgage house completed, or that burgage plot completed, however we want to call it. So I do think we're probably going to be wrapping up the episode here relatively soon. I do not think we will be getting the church built in this episode. I do think potentially. Where do we put the other burgage plots? I don't know. Like, do we go down here and really, because if we go down for farming, like there's a decent field here. I mean, there's a good space here as well, but actually over here, up here, there's actually really pretty good farming as well. Then this would be an interesting place to have farming because you could say it's kind of protected by the manor house, right? That actually would be a decent idea. The ground's uneven, of course, so there is that consideration. But from a kind of village layout perspective, that could make some sense. But thank you everybody for watching. Try to continue to do better in the future. Stay safe, take care, and I will talk to you all later.